Hey guys.
Nope.
Don't want me to do it the whole time? No?
Yeah, you guys
sure?
Cut the malarkey.
What is that? Don't do this. What is up, everybody, and welcome into the Losers Lounge.
Woe is me. Life is pain. What are we to do? Who won?
The juxtaposition between watching this meaningless Nuggets game that was entertaining and a very painful Brendan Vogt, just distraught as can be as his Cardinals.
So, yeah.
Just sunk
Just
there.
so everybody knows, Brendan Vogt was here. Was not on the pregame
He
show.
was here. He was
not on the pregame show because we only have a certain amount of room, and obviously he gets bumped for reasons I think you can probably guess. Was here, watched the entire game, although his beloved St. Louis Cardinals were eliminated in heartbreaking fashion because Nolan Arenado is a total fraud. Anyway, he's hurt, and we sent him home because he's too pained. In pain.
He is actually in pain, so we understand it. But we're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR when you sign up. I still have a dynamic duo here to my side.
Let's freaking go, dude.
Look at this. I've got D-Line Co.
Let's go. I'm ready, dude.
That's it?
I'm a huge Dodgers guy. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh,
Nuggets guy.
That sounded not
who won
right.
any of
You
these
are not a
contests
Dodgers guy.
today? Okay.
Over here, I got Superstar Dev. You guys know him as Dev?
Yeah, see, like, they know me as Superstar Dev.
They know
First
you
off, I don't understand what happened. But, I mean, baseball and soccer just confuses me. We're excited for hours for, like, the score to be, like, 2-0 and all type. It's awkward to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how people could get into that stuff. I want entertainment. I want things to happen right now.
Oh, you know who's in the chat right now? Josh Moore. Didn't you tell him to? Wasn't he the one who you advised to bet his entire salary?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was somebody else. Okay.
Do you all get these?
Yeah, we all get that many emojis. Yeah, it's a lot of emojis.
I hope
Thank
I didn't
you.
let down Josh.
So we're going to break down this. All right, that's enough baseball talk.
I know,
I don't really care about baseball. So we are now going to we're going to break down what was a pretty interesting game because King Yoke made his return.
Dude.
King Yoke made his return today.
Holy smokes.
And, Michael Porter in the first game, he comes out and he drops a point per minute that he was on the court. A little bit, one more than a point per minute. Jokic was impressed. And he's like, I know how to do that. He comes out and he drops a point per minute that he was on the court. And it was so good that Malone's just like, take the second half off. Yeah, we've seen enough. Honestly, that's the storyline from tonight. I mean, obviously we got to see Yoke again. It's been a while. I missed it. But he looks like, what is the point of the preseason for Yoke? I know it sounds weird to say, but like, honestly, what's the point? He's there.
Very literally no point. The only point is for others to play off of him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's truly like that was what we were worried about in training camp was that other guys didn't have the opportunity to play off of Jokic or a Jokic proxy because that one does not exist. But yeah, dude, like he was like yoki-doking around. He was just like screwing around, and then we looked up.
I forgot about
does he have
that.
17 points.
I forgot about this from years past that Yoke kind of screws around in the preseason. Like he'll try crazier shots and crazier passes, and he had a little bit of that earlier on. Dev, how do you evaluate his night tonight?
I think the good, like the best barometer for how good Yoke is how effortlessly like he does it. Like he truly does not care, and he still dominates. He was the best player out there tonight, and it wasn't even close. He's not trying at all, but that's the type of game that he is. That he just does fun things. He's just out there just trying things. He really does just joke around, especially with the passes, but. He came back on another level, and we haven't even seen him play serious. So if we got to see that joking Yoke, like think about what it's going to be for the real year.
This is
MVP.
I mean, hey man, might as well. So here's the thing about a player, and when people always ask me like, where can he get better, this or that. One of the ways that I think, just from watching the NBA, for 2 decades basically that I've watched it, at this closely, the thing you notice is that players reach a certain level. The thing that improves the most is confidence.
Yep.
And I know that sounds weird to say because like a player like LeBron was confident back in 2007, 8, 9. But there's this other level of confidence you kind of go to and you know it and you see it. And tonight, that's what stood out. I mean, look, we saw this last year. It's not like Yoke lacked confidence last year.
You mean the MVP of the league?
The MVP of the league. But I do think that it's just one of these things that's growing. And tonight, you're right, Dev. Like he casually played great tonight in a way that you're just like, my God, this dude is something else. The confidence just looks like it's going to be on a whole other level this year, and it's just so cool to see, man. It's cool to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's difficult to like really put into perspective like what we are given as Denver Nuggets fans, like. Because now we're at a certain point where we're like, oh yeah, Jokic is in, and he's casually great or whatever. We talk about this all the time, and like I just don't know what I'm going to do after Jokic retires.
I know. It's a long ways away, I think, but I've thought about this too, where I'm just like, how can it get better than this?
It's like it's like when you have at home, you have like the best bed on the market. It's comfortable. You lay in it. You fall asleep immediately, and then every time you go out on the road, like you just can't sleep ever again. You can never leave your house. We have Jokic golden handcuffs.
Hey, can I tell you? Great old man metaphor. Yeah! Like all the 23-year-olds that are watching this are like, what is?
I just go to bed.
I just go to bed. The couch, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But you get to be about 35, and you're like, you know what? You can notice for sure. Hotel bed, by the way, still to me, like I still enjoy it.
Dude, I'm totally going to call Jokic the golden handcuffs from this point forward.
The golden handcuffs?
Yeah, you don't know about the golden handcuffs? If you get a job that is too well paid.
Oh, I see, the golden handcuffs. I know the golden handcuffs. You can never leave it
because you make too much money.
That's this job right here. Yeah. This one right here. I just, what could I ever do?
Yeah, I want to experience that.
Experience the golden handcuffs. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists tonight. 2 block shots, guys. Defensive player of the year? I don't know. I'm just saying. People are talking. 16 minutes for Yoke. So, I mean, he was on pace to play double that. I mean, he only played the first half. He would have played about 33, 34, 35 minutes. Would have had 34 and 20 his first game back. Effortless. I know it's preseason, but just that really was how dominant he was. And by the way, the three-point line, 3 of 4. Looked very good. Anything else you noticed about him in his game tonight? Or is it just classic Yoke?
I think the fact that even though he joked around the entire time, he got his shots up in this game. I wouldn't say like ultra aggressive because I really do think he's okay, there's no point of going too hard. But also it's I'm not going to go out there and only take those 2 or 3 shots that we typically see from him in these type of settings. So for him to go out there and take 11 shots with the mindset of I'm only going to play a half, because I think he knew going into the game, I'm only going to play a half. So I'm going to make the best out of this half. I'm going to grab every rebound that comes my way. I'm going to, show a little bit of effort on the defensive end, and also I'm going to get my shots up. I think that was big time.
And Yoke remains immovable. He remains unflappable. He just does whatever. And it really, truly, he was just making the most acute angles he could possibly make with every one of his passes just to do it. I don't know. Man, Jokic, I don't know.
Yeah, and the other thing is, this is a preseason game. It's so hard. The Nuggets ended up losing this game, and it feels weird. They were even down at the half. But
wait, are you sure?
Yeah, but if you think about, so many things happen. The score really doesn't matter. But when they started this game with that first unit, what were they up? 15 points almost immediately? Yeah. And it wasn't somebody was hot, this or that. It was just great basketball. And I know a lot of things, that was so long ago, you almost forget it because so many other things happened. But to me, that's what's so encouraging is, one, Jokic made it look so effortless, but also there was no Barton tonight, no Murray, no Michael Porter. And this was a classic, hey, let's just run our system. Let's just, it doesn't matter. We're missing our go-to guys. It's all right. Let's run our system. We're going to get great looks. That's what happened. Yoke was in his bag, and it was just dominant, man. That first 10 minutes was dominant. All right. Yeah, everybody's on board with that. We have a super chat. Why don't we bring it up here? By the way, guys, in the comment section, send us some questions. It's a preseason game. This one, I think, has a little bit less meat on the bones than the first preseason game. So, if you have some questions you want to ask, send them our way. But let's read this one. I got to see it here. AG, this one comes from Michael Radevsky. AG already looking so much more comfortable and confident with his whole game in this team so far. Not so much a question, but a great comment. Strong agree. I was surprised. We could move to AG now because here's the thing. We were talking, who was it? Was it Dev that said he wasn't it? Or is it Harrison? I don't know.
Harrison said he was not as explosive as he was expecting, although he did acknowledge that he was more explosive than last year.
Okay, so more explosive. We'll let him. Harrison, by the way, as we speaking with Michael Malone, PJ Dozier, Nikola Jokic, those are the guys coming to the podium tonight, so he'll be joining us in just a bit to relay what those guys had to say, but I would disagree with Harrison respectfully. I think AG looks fantastic. Again, I think the expectation is some people maybe still expect him to turn into Michael Porter or something like that. That's not him. He just looks springy. He looks spry. He looks so strong. He looks locked in. To me, I agree with that super chat there, Michael. I think he does look meaningfully better than what he was at any point last year, and he looked good last year with the Nuggets.
I like the fact that he's working on the outside jumper, and he's making sure that he's getting them up in the games. I think a lot of times last year, he second-guessed himself on the offensive end. And that's what led to all of the other things. I do think that he's a little bit more bouncy. Like, the fact of, I'm not even going to say, like, explosive as far as, like, dunks and things like that, but he's trying to get to the rim. He's making it a point to get to his spots and try to score instead of just, like, letting the offense come to him. I mean, both games have been, like, tailor-made for him to be the one that takes a lot of shots, with Jokic not playing the first game and now MPJ and the other guys not playing. But I think that this was perfect for him because now he's starting to see, like, the dots connect. Like, he's like, okay, I can get stuff going in this offense, and also I can be a part of this offense, and no one's mad if I take shots. So I think that he's just a little bit more comfortable. So I think that's what it is. It's the comfort.
So I don't ever want him to see him shoot another outside shot. I just want to see him dunk. Like, he had a couple dunks like that were. I want to see him slash. I want to see him finish. Like,
yeah.
We had a couple where we screamed out 50 because he had a couple. Yeah. I was wanting to do that all last season. We got maybe that one time.
But here's the thing, I think, and this is being a little bit lame here, but I do think that whenever he gets tonight, what was he? He wasn't really necessarily the fifth guy. When you put Porter out there and even just Bart, I know Murray's a ways off, but when you put some more guys like that around, I do think then he becomes that. More athletes on the court means he's going to be able to step into that. Into where I think he's going to be able to get more dunks and those types of things. I am with you, though, and we've talked about this. Jeff Green might be a better in-game dunker than Aaron Gordon. I'm not sure. Like, Aaron Gordon, open court, of course, he's going to get that. But some guys, for whatever reason, are just good at dunking on people. They're good at, like, Jeff Green is, even those dunks that even his highlight reel of dunks, they're not necessarily impressive in that he's up so high. They're impressive in that they go in because he just knows how to dunk on people. I don't know what it is. I don't know if AG does that to the same level, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think he's an in-game dunker, Dev?
No, and that's what makes it, I think, tough for just like the fans and like casual viewers of AG, because how athletic he is. Like, in a setting where it's a dunk contest, he can do things that no one else can. But when you put him in a game setting, you don't see those same type of things.
I know.
There was that dunk attempt tonight that he really tried to get a 50, like where he missed the backwards dunk. He had a straight line layup or just regular dunk, and he decided to try to reverse it from the other angle. But I feel like Jeff Green makes that dunk just because he's a game time dunker. But it's fun to see Aaron Gordon attack the rim, and I think that's where the difference lies.
Yeah.
They should try and guard him with a Kia or something. He could dunk over
That's so dumb.
That's so stupid. Dude, the worst part is that when you guys hear me make a joke like that, like, you groan and you hate me, but I hate myself so much worse.
We join you in your hatred of yourself. Another guy that I think deserves some mention, and look, guys, I have to go to the panel for this one, because I admit that I think I'm getting a little biased on this account. PJ Dozier's great, man. I really do. I really like PJ Dozier, the way he fits with Jokic specifically, and I just like him as I think he's a great player. And tonight, the stat line, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Those numbers aren't huge numbers, but it's just that he always gets every stat. He just always gets a little bit of everything, and that happened tonight, by the way, in 22 minutes. He goes 5 of 9, even knocks down a 3-pointer. I remain impressed with PJ Dozier. I don't think it's such a coincidence that the Nuggets were up that 15 points early, and PJ's on the court with Jokic, and it just works seamlessly.
Yeah, Dozier's just like a consistent player. That's what it is. It's the consistency. You go into an open gym setting, and there's that guy he's not the best in the gym, but if you pick him up, you know that you have a good chance of winning just because he has high IQ. He plays offense and defense, and just every single time he's going to bring it, and that's what you get with PJ. It's easy to we always say he's a Malone guy. It's easy to back PJ. I don't know if there's many guys that are against him now. And also, he's progressed from last year, or just at any time for the Nuggets. He used to be a guy that just hunted for shots, and now he's like, okay, I'm just going to go out here and play my game, and whatever happens, happens. But also, I'm going to play on both ends of the court. And that makes it easy to root for a guy like that, and it's easy. It's hard to take him off the court.
Yeah,
he's. He is not spectacular, but reliable. He's I don't know. He's just that player that you always take for granted.
I think he's a little spectacular though in this one way. It reminds me of Torrey Craig. Well, you're right. He's not spectacular as he's a star, but he's so spectacular in that he does so many things that you're like, damn, that was an impressive.
I agree, but we spent an entire season bemoaning the fact that Michael Malone was given Torrey Craig, and he would put him in all the time when we didn't want to see him. But PJ Dozier, it's like he just makes it. I don't know. It's like he shoots the ball, it goes in. Nobody, we're like, okay, yeah, that's what we expected.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of makes the right play. He's
just more dynamic on offense, in my opinion. It's not even the shooting; it's just that he can handle the ball like a guard and do that kind of stuff. So
he's becoming a glue guy, as Baby Barkley 34, my guy says.
A glue guy, I like it. Monte Morris to me looks a little. It's funny because I look at the stat sheet; he's actually pretty good. 8 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, just 1 turnover. Goes 4 of 7. That's a pretty good stat line. I feel like to him again, he has 4 years now of solid data behind him. So I'm like, okay, he's good. But I do wonder, like, he still, to me, looks like he's getting into shape or whatever. I thought he looked, I mentioned this while we were watching, Male Form Corner. I feel like he's, like, slimmed down since media day. Like, even maybe since Monday, I feel like he looks almost a little thinner.
Yeah, I think that he's just, like, getting more in a rep. You could tell, like, he's just getting back, but you could tell he's, like, feeling more healthy and trying to get back to himself. He understands what this season means to him. This has to be his most meaningful season, because this is him as a starter. And, you know, like, I know that like he's prayed for these type of times. So he has to get back without like having those type of injuries. Tonight he was up and down. Like, I really think that there was like, good moments and high moments, and, he's confident or getting, more confident, but he also is missing the things that he typically does. So, I mean, it's hard to gauge how he is right now until he's back. But it's hard to not say that Bones just looks different than him, and that's where I think I have a debate.
Well, let's start. I want to finish off the starters before we get there, because I'm with you. This is part of what I'm getting to, and it's so funny. Like, I'll save it for a little bit later. Austin Rivers, do you have any notes on Austin Rivers here? By the way, I want to say about Monte, I thought he was fine tonight, and I do think by season he's going to be very good. He's going to be the regular Monte.
To me, he looks like rusty. He looks like a little out of shape, like not fully out of shape, but like he's working himself into game shape.
Can I give you the perfect question for you?
Yes.
I feel like it's the hair.
What?
The beard, the hair. He just looks like.
Well, he looks unkempt.
That's what I'm saying. So I wonder, like, you shave the head sometimes. Like, hey, are you thinner? Did you lose some weight? You're like, no, I just shaved.
Scientifically, we know this is a fact. Haircut Jokic is the more dominant Jokic.
Well, we don't know if it's a scientific fact at all, but it's.
Haircut games are a scientific.
It's a scientific fact. Allie knows it.
Who can you tell us, Allie, has the haircut, like, besides Yoke? Who is there that has known?
A lot of athletes, when they get haircuts.
All the athletes.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Allie
been
gets
doctors
this. Why don't you
that
get
worked.
this?
You guys want to know a superstition I had?
The bets get better.
The dumbest one I had was I didn't like to clip my nails on game day.
Oh, wow. I'm glad to notice that's traveled into adulthood with you.
No, but because like I always would think like it maybe throws the weight of your hands off just a hair, and you would be off like, extra. I lost a couple ounces or something.
Do you know who also feels that way? Every defender that's ever gone up against Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Oh, just completely scraping the hell out of. Have you guys? Did you see that picture a while back of Marcus Smart's nails? Like straight up Wolverine. Google it. Marcus Smart's nails. Like a guy. Don't Google it.
Not Google
Don't
that.
Google it. It's like It's like.
Why do I not?
Maybe you do it. Maybe you do it. I'll actually pull it out. See if you could find one where he has like the sharpest, freaking longest nails ever. Almost, they were so pointy. It looked like he did it on purpose.
He
like
did. The way you're describing it, he definitely did.
yeah, like it was a weapon for him. Austin Rivers, the final starter tonight. Anything? I don't really actually have too many
I just hope
Austin
that
Rivers
his
notes.
insides are okay.
Jesus, you're right. Yeah.
See, someone said, Evan here said we are undefeated in Faku haircut games.
Faku haircut games. Wow.
Dude, why does Evan get this? I get this. Allie gets this. You're the host of the show. You're clueless.
What? Do you guys have any Austin Rivers thoughts?
No,
It was a rough night for Austin as far as he was getting abused for the entire game. Like, I know everyone's gonna remember the flying knee to the chest or whatever the case that was. I don't know. It was Draymond being Draymond, but after that he also took some more dings. So it was just rough
he
to
did
see him
have a
have
rough
to just
one.
keep getting hit. Shot wasn't falling at all. He had a couple of good setups that I really did enjoy. Just not it was a hard night for him. I think it just like from start to finish, it was just a night that he was so beat up that you couldn't like say how he played.
Yeah, I mean, early on we were like, all right, like he's part of the starting unit. He looks like reasonable, but we definitely wished he was Bones. Like we didn't hate when then he got a steal, whatever. Then Draymond tried to kill him. But like no, I mean there weren't like a lot of big Austin Rivers thoughts.
Yeah, Allie, how far in are we? Do we need a break now, or do we have time? It's a good time for a break. All right, let's hit a break. Eric,
Yes,
you're on ads.
dude, I do not have these up.
Don't do that.
Eric, you're on ads. I'll feed them to you.
Okay.
Breckenridge Brewery.
Hey guys, here at DNVR we talk about two things. We talk about basketball, how much we love Nikola Jokic, Bones Hyland, haircuts, and Breckenridge Brewery.
Yeah.
Why do we talk about Breckenridge Brewery? Because we love them so much. They make so many of our favorite beers. They make the Mile High City Copper Lager,
That's right,
which
yeah.
comes in the sleek blue can,
Yeah.
emblazoned
What
with the
color
Nuggets
blue?
logo. That would be Skyline Blue.
That is Skyline Blue.
Other people call it Royal Blue. We call
Nope,
it
Skyline Blue. Yep. Just like how our skyline is blue.
Just
Here at Timmer. The
Oh my
people,
God.
they don't. They're like
I
it's
wish
a mob.
I was picturing all of our listeners in their underpants, which is a pretty good guess at this point of the night, actually.
They're calling you Adric.
Adric, let's go. Anyway, you can also get great food down at the farmhouse. If you mention
hell yeah.
DNVR, you'll get $5 off. They actually have fantastic food. Great place to take the family. You can find them using the Breck Brew locator if you
That's
go
a
onto their
great point.
website.
Yeah.
And you're curious where they carry any of your favorite beers. It could be the Avalanche Amber. It could be, again, the Mile High City Copper Lager.
It could be that, yeah.
Type it in.
Juice
It'll
Drop
tell you right-
IPA. That's
Get
mine
that
though.
Juice Drop.
Oh, I love the Juice Drop.
We love Breckenridge Brewery. They love us. It's a match made in heaven. Let's go.
Chat, get ready to rejoice. Manscaped.
Dude, I don't know.
Come on.
I need the actual
All right.
Manscaped.
Are you
breed. I'm
kidding
sure
me?
it's like- tell you about something about being a hairy Wolverine or a werewolf on Halloween. And how
I'll give you this one. It's time to end the days of shaving your balls and ending up looking like a horror movie. This is a October nice Halloween themed one, you know. The folks at Manscaped have the perfect package for your package to get this done. The below-the-waist grooming leaders have a 4th-generation performance package. Inside, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. It's my favorite one. You'll never see a nose hair on me, you guys. You've ever noticed that? Just you will not see them. Always kept very nice.
Although curious,
Proud of
I've
that.
seen one on your really long nails. I'm not sure what that is.
You've seen a long what? Hair?
Nose
On me?
hair.
No. What?
You can do the math on that.
Yeah, I did
That's
the
a
math.
nose-picking joke.
Liquid formulations and 2 free gifts. Spooky season's here. Well, yeah, let's keep it moving on. Obviously, they got great stuff here, you guys. They even have like the wireless charging for this thing. So you just put it. This is what I do. You put it in the shower. You could shave in the shower should you need,
Yeah.
and it charges wirelessly. So it's
Oh,
great. Never
smokes.
even have charged. Put it on the charger because it's always ready to go. Super reliable. Check out Manscaped. Of course, you go to manscaped.com and you get 20% off plus free shipping when you use the promo code DNVR.
Nice job,
Wasn't
Adam.
so hard, Eric.
Nice
so
job.
hard.
Well,
Wasn't
when
so
you're literally
hard.
just reading it. Congratulations.
All right. Next up, guys, Bones Hyland. We waited this long. I made the people wait an entire segment.
Wait, is this another ad read for Bones?
No,
Hyland?
no, not an ad read.
It is for me.
This is just a hype cast. Guys, I'm sorry. This game was not as good as the first one, okay, for Bones Hyland. It was a good game, though. It was a good game. 25 minutes he played, which, first of all, that's noteworthy. Like, that's a lot of minutes. He had 11 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. You know, now that I read the stats, it was a great game for him. Here's the thing, though, man. You referenced this earlier. We've seen Monte be better than what we've seen Bones be so far. I mean, at least we've seen him be very good. He's stepped up in big moments. He's been in playoffs. He's done this. Like, I'm not trying to, like, it's unfair to, like, maybe try to do this. We're not trying to create a rift or something between players. Bones just has something about him, man. He has the it factor. And tonight, yes, it was third stringers that were on the court late in this game. But I'm telling you, it was a little mini version of what we saw at Summer League when everybody turned and it's like, okay, who do we go through? I just felt like when you had veteran-type players on the court, he still was the guy that people were kind of like, what do you want us to do? Where do you want us to go? And he was like comfortable with it. And I'm telling you, that's a rare thing for a guy his age. He has an incredible feel for the game. He has incredible timing. He somehow has a way of just getting guys off balance in the pick and roll. And I was pointing this out as we were watching, and I'm sure this is going to make the list when we have our Bones Hyland player preview. I'm going to do the list. his delivery on some of these pick and pops, it's just so advanced because it's young players over dribble. It's like you have to teach yourself less is more. He's already got that, man. It's so crazy to me how advanced he is. I couldn't be more impressed with him.
Yeah, he plays the game like from an instinctual level, and he's got incredible instincts. And, being interviewed by our queen, Katie Wingy, the other day, he was talking about how before the first game that he ever played in the NBA, just last game, was he nervous? He was like, no, I don't get nervous. And I 1,000,000% believe him. Like, he doesn't get rattled. He just kind of just goes about his business. And I was saying, like, of all of the things that I love about Bones Hyland, of which there are so many, let me count the ways, like, the fact that he gets better as the game goes along. Every game that I've seen him play, he gets better and better and better. To me, is just like, I don't know. He is sensing weakness in the other players. He's like being calculated. He's like picking his spots. And, we didn't even see him. He wasn't even like looking for his shot tonight, particularly from three. Like, I always like, it's always noteworthy for me when he shoots the three because I love his shot. It's so effortless. He was passing him up and driving in deep and then getting a bunch of assists off of it. Like you say, I mean, it was like oddly cerebral. And
yeah, very cerebral.
And not only that, like, he's like Luka, where you don't think that off of his first step he has enough to get around his defender, but he gets around everybody because he just has this like built-in hezzy thing, the hezzy trezzy. Like, he just like goes, stops, and all of a sudden he's around the hip, and then he's goes to the rim where he finishes like directly under the basket every time. It's like, I don't know. I just have I told you I like.
Do you really like Bones Hyland?
I'm a fan of Bones Hyland.
Yeah, when you take a look at like a young player, especially like a player that's like, his game is his shot. That's what everybody knew going into, his NBA career, was he's going to shoot the ball really well. Well, right now he's not shooting the ball well from deep. He went 1 from 5 today, but he still does other things that like stand out and translate. And if you want to like just like take a look at how, Malone, or if he's getting a real look at if he's going to play this year, he's leading the Nuggets in minutes right now. Like for the whole, like, because I think that they want to give a.
He's going to have a 40-minute preseason game, and Malone's just like, sorry, I lost myself. I was having too much fun.
But even more than just like losing himself, I think he wants to see like him go through adversity.
I agree.
He wants to see him like go through like different looks of like the second unit or the like the real backups, and how like the team like moves around him. And he's really composed. Like, the team just like, they seem to just go around him when he's on the court. They gravitate towards him. He makes sure that he's setting guys up. He's putting guys out there. He really is a natural leader. And for a team that, is missing their point guard, for a rookie to come in and demand that type of respect from his guys, like, it's pretty good and it's pretty big. This is a game that he didn't score a lot, but he stands out in such a way because he just gets it. He just understands. He moves different. He creates for himself and others off the dribble. He gets to his spots. And when the shots are going to be falling, that's going to be even scarier. So like, he's just fun right now. Really, I don't know if it's like just because he's the new toy or whatever.
It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of that, but it's not only that.
No.
It's a little bit of that.
No. Last year, RJ Hampton and Zeke Naji were the new toy. We were like, okay, all right.
RJ Hampton, definitely, because it's like he has one elite skill, and we're like, he can add this or that.
We had no RJ Hampton cast in this way. We weren't like, the thing about RJ is, we're like, okay, I can see it. And Zeke, we're like, man, he's got pretty good lateral quickness. He's got a shot from deep. Bones were like, dude, like, why is anyone else playing? Like, just Bones. That's all we want to see.
The thing about him that you're kind of getting at is, a lot of young prospects, especially like when you take him in the back half of the first round, they have one thing. Like, hey, he's a great shooter, but he's got to work on his handle. The pick and roll, he's got to learn that in defense, this or that. Like, with Bones, he's really good in the pick and roll. Like, he's really good at it, at least at what we've seen so far. I mean, guys are going to start throwing different looks at him, but he's really good at it. He's a good shooter, although he hasn't quite knocked down his shots in the first 2 preseason games, but we know he can. He's a good passer. This is the thing is, it's very rare that they get a guy that's a good scorer and a good passer outside of the lottery. Like, you have to develop one or the other. Bones, to me, is really good at all that stuff. I just am so impressed with how advanced he is, and I'm with you. Dev, last game I think you said you were up to an 8, which is hilarious because of all of us, you were the like lowest coming in. You're just like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how he's going to be in the G League. Where are you at now in terms of your confidence that he is going to be playing real minutes?
This is being
in the
recorded,
rotation.
Just FYI, a lot of people are listening to you. Let's hear it.
I think he's really going to play this year. I really
Still
do.
an 8 then.
It's an 8. It really is an 8, and there's no way you can put him in the G League. You just can't.
Yeah.
They need him. They really do need him.
See, this is the
now.
crazy thing that you're saying, because I kind of agree with you on this. Like, look, Monte is good. He's going to be good, and I don't think this is taking away. Like, Murray's not there. Of course, it's there. Like, Facu is good. I don't know who the guy that's out. Austin Rivers is good, but I look at him and I go, Bones does stuff that they kind of need. Just running the show when they were on there and everybody looking to him. I agree with you. It's not a can he play as in he's not going to hurt you. It's they kind of need him because he does things that nobody else does at that level.
That's the biggest difference for him, really. Like Monte, he brings things that they need. That the Nuggets really do need also. But then after that, Facu, they need him, like just the IQ and things like that. But like Bones is already ahead of Marcus Howard right now.
Of course,
he's jumped all the way over him. And it kind of came down to that already. Like I feel like that was like a big battle, and he's surpassed him, and it's not really even close.
Yeah, that one's not close. That was not close at all.
It's never been close, and this is his second time in NBA, like just playing. He's already passed off Austin Rivers for me. So like they actually do need him. You also can't just go out there and throw Monte and Facu in there for like a huge minutes and things like that. I think that they need him. It's not even the fact that he's just so much better. It's the fact that he does things that the Nuggets need. He's needed.
Whew, this is tough. Is he needed? I don't know. He's like
needed is a little strong, but
is a hard candy shell needed on your scoop of ice cream? No, it's not. But it makes it a million.
It's a value
better.
add, yeah.
Makes it a lot.
The Nuggets didn't need necessarily Michael Porter, maybe his rookie season either, but it was clear that it's like this is a guy that has things nobody else has, and that's all. I think that's kind of what you're getting at. Is Bones does things that it's not like, well, we can also get these from other guys who are more experienced. Like, no, Bones just does things that other guys can't do, man. He gets into the paint when he wants to.
As like the chief Bones officer here, like the CBO of the podcast. I want to see what happens when it's a real NBA game.
I mean, of course, yeah.
Like I don't like in this environment. We've seen him in summer league. We've seen him in preseason games. He looks incredible in both. Things change a little bit, like when the intensity is up and people like legitimately care whether you're winning and losing. So I want to see, not that I know for a fact that he's going to be able to do it. Like I don't know where he's at this exact moment in time in his career, in that his career is literally not started yet. So, I can't go full 10, but like, I just want Bones. I want Bones to like really get some real run in the G League. I want him to just go.
Really?
I do. Like,
why?
Because we've got Monte, who like
Michael Porter didn't go down to the G League.
That's okay. He didn't go down, but I want him to play is the thing. I
think he might, man. I mean, I do think there is something to the fact that he's played as many minutes as he has so far. Like, look, yes, Barton's been out, so maybe Malone is front loading when he plays some of these guys'
maybe
minutes.
I'm trying to temper my opinion here.
It's smart. It's smart. It's a little bit of a hype cast here. One thing I'm curious about with him, one question I have. He's been the best player on his team, I'm guessing, his whole life.
Oh, easily.
And the moments he shined most tonight, and because it's preseason, he's sort of been the guy. Mm-hmm. Not overtly, but just like he's been able to play that way. If he is playing in the regular rotation, he's going to be sharing the court more with Barton and Jeff Green and even Jokic some, and maybe Michael Porter. And like those, it's a little different when you're not expected to take the first, second, or third most shots. And I kind of want to see a little bit more of that to see how he adjusts.
What I'm really like excited to see is like him face like some adversity on the court.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen him in control of everything. Also, we haven't seen a lot of winning with Bones right now. We honestly haven't. So like they're losing. There's not high expectation. He's just able to go out there and play and have fun and things like that.
That's a good point.
They're going to start like attacking him defensively, like just to see how he is as a defender.
Yeah.
He's also like smaller. We also got to see how he plays off the ball. So there are things like to see if he's ready, but the best thing to see that is like with him getting minutes and him being part of the rotation. It makes sense like if you're saying that the G League, but also he's going to go to the G League and just dominate And then he's in the same situation where he's not really learning. He's still just going to be scoring. Confidence is high.
But he'll be playing better competition than he's ever played before. Better competition he played at VCU. Better competition that he played on the court. Like, not
in preseason and not in the NBA right now.
No, but like to go to the G League, like it's better than like that. Still will be the best competition he's played in like real, like count it basketball games. So I don't know. I
think he has a great shot at playing. That's the best way to put it. I just think he has a really great shot at playing, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I'm not going to be like horribly upset if he doesn't. Like this, like what are you doing, Malone? Come on, or whatever like that. But I watch him. The pick and roll is so important in the NBA. I mean, it's like the most important action there is, and he's really good at that. He just has a really good feel for pick and roll, and you can do that, and you get to play with Jokic, and you get to play with some of these other guys. It's going to look really good. So I'm very excited for him. To your point about the weight. It is an 82-game season. He's so little, and he's fearless. That play tonight, if you were following during Summer League, I actually highlighted this on the list. He is a guy that throws himself at the restricted area. This was true in college. It's one of the things that jumped out when I was watching him. Tonight, he had a play where I saw him drive into the basket, drive into the paint, and I'm like, okay, I almost like winced because I'm like, here comes I could just tell it was coming. And sure enough, not did he like try to go around. He goes right into the contact, like, initiates it, goes flying to the floor, and I think he finished it. And you're just kind of like, this dude's pretty fearless for a guy that like can seriously injure himself against guys 100 pounds heavier than him.
I don't think he can. I think he's just like like how he grew up. Like I think he's just tough as nails. Like,
he's definitely tough as nails.
Like he's not thick, but like he's like hard tempered.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm growing more optimistic and hopeful, certainly, that he is going to play some real minutes. The other guy everybody wants to hear about, of course, Bol Bol. 17 minutes tonight. Not a step down from where he was last game. The thing that sticks out to me the most about his game, he goes for 3 points, 6 rebounds, just one assist, and 2 blocked shots. But what sticks out to me is the 4 turnovers. I think he had 4 or 5 last game. He has 4 this time. Like, this is one of the knocks on him is he has and they're always the same types of turnovers, traveling, stepping out of bounds. Like he has a lot of those. So to me, this was a pretty unimpressive outing for Bol Bol.
Yeah, the game just is way too fast for him. And he's also just playing off of instinct. But a lot of those times, like his body's not on the same page as his mind and he's just not keeping up and things like that. But also, Bol Bol is still positive. Bol Bol is still upbeat right now. He's still locked in defensively. He had 2 blocks today. He's also grabbing boards, and he just does things that like the human body's not supposed to be able to do. Just because
I don't think he possesses a human body.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like it just everything looks different for him, and it's just hard for other teams to like just navigate with him on the floor. Like he alters so many shots, and he really just blocks everything off the backboard and just goes. And I think it's just fun. But as soon as like things calm down for him and like the IQ catches on and picks up, that's a player that not this year because that's just tough to put him in the G League, but a guy that just needs like more repetition, more playing. That's a guy that I feel like could go to the G League and it wouldn't hurt them too much.
Somebody on this panel predicted that he would be the G League MVP this year. Bol Bol.
Wow. I just don't see that, man. Which part? Also, yeah. You're also spoiling something you didn't say on here. I guess it was today, though. Yeah, our Bol Bol preview. Yeah, our Bol Bol preview is up. By the way, guys, our player preview series, one of my favorite projects we do all season long. It just began tonight with Bol Bol. Tomorrow we will have. Who do we have tomorrow, Allie? Austin Rivers,
and Vlatko.
And Vlatko Chanchar. So we're going to start going through these. We ramp towards the season. Basically, starting at the end of the rotation and moving our way up. But they're a lot of fun to do. So you guys are want to tune in for those. Check our YouTube calendar. You'll see when these are coming out. Jeff Green, JaMychal Green. JaMychal Green knocked down, some shot. He was hot early. Jeff Green had a little mini personal run there. I think like a 6-0 run where he knocked down a couple threes. I don't have a ton of notes for them because they're just a solid play. Like I know who they are and they're solid, and that's all I got to say.
JaMychal looked great.
Yeah, he looked really good.
He really came out. He looked like early season JaMychal Green, like when he came in last year, and he like actually was the reason that we started off. What were we like 0-6 or something? And
right.
He came in and literally righted the ship. He started knocking down shots. We were like, oh my God, like who needs Jeremy Grant? We have this guy. And then obviously like his production tapered off as I imagine the wear and tear and the rigors of the NBA season like wear on. Like, but right now he looks refreshed and he looked awesome.
The Greens are just guys that you could just put into any situation, and it's just going to just go. They just flow with any offense. Those two and Millsap are the same person. All of them are just they're super strong.
The Greens are fresh, dude.
They're just a good add-on to any situation. And it was fun to see Jermichael like go crazy for his like a little
mini run.
And that's good, and that's like refreshing for him, I'm sure, to like see the ball go in.
And he was also part of that early game run, right? Like the starters got it going, and then he came in, and then they got it going even more.
Can I tell you had the worst game? The LVP of tonight's game.
Oh no.
The jukebox here at the DNVR bar has been so bad tonight.
It was rough.
Even put in a world. Right now we're listening to Barbie.
Yeah, it's a Barbie world. In a Barbie world.
The LVP of tonight, the jukebox at the DNVR bar.
Jesus. It was not a great jukebox tonight, indeed. The last guy I want to talk about tonight, and kind of individually, sorry Argentina, it's not Facu tonight. Zeke Naji, who only played 6 minutes. And the reason I bring him up is he is such an uneven player. Oh, look at the wind. The man with the wind in his hair is coming here. Look at this. Incredible work by super producer Ali. I love when we cut away so that a player can sneak in. You know, that they just appear. It's like my favorite little bit.
It's as though the rest of us shrunk.
It is like we all shrunk here. But Zeke Naji, the reason I called him out is he had stretches tonight where you're like, that's it. That's your ticket to do that.
Yeah,
and then he had plays tonight where he like passed the ball at somebody's shoe. And you're just like, how did you do that?
Foul the shooter behind the
he also lost the game for the Nuggets. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Not that it matters.
I didn't even watch the end of the game. I have no idea what happened.
It was a bad foul. It's a preseason. Like, it's one of those ones you don't get too upset about. But his highs were higher today than we have seen for a bit. But his lows were like,
he had a little 2 possession
in a row.
Yeah, where he hit the layup, hit the 3-pointer. We were like, okay, all right. And then he literally lost the game shortly thereafter. So, yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag.
5 points, 5 rebounds in just 6 minutes. So, productive in the stat sheet. You guys have any Zeke Naji thoughts?
The thing about him that, like, got him minutes, last year was the fact that he didn't make many mistakes. And right now all we're seeing is plenty of mistakes like that are just uncharacteristic of him. That makes it hard for him. That would be a good night if he didn't have, the throw to Bol Bol's legs or the foul in the shooter at the end of the game, that they would still had a chance to actually be in that. He has to slow down. The game has to get back to coming to him, and I think right now he's just so anxious to make something happen that's where the mistakes are coming from. So he has to get back to himself and calm down and just play within the flow of the offense, and then also just lock in on defense as he has been. There's not high expectations for him or a reason for him to be out of the norm. You already know what you're going to get from him. I think he has to understand that, but that's just a part of him also being a very young player that's trying to figure it out. So hopefully it just slows down for him just a moment.
See, here's the thing. I really love Zeke Naji's skill set. It hasn't looked kind of like the low end of that skill set over the last summer league and then even like a little bit here. But when he had that little breakout run, I'm like, so much of this league is confidence. It really is. And this is why what team you fall on, the opportunity to get like certain things, like you just have to seize those because so much of it is momentum. And I feel like momentum's against him right now, but I felt like today he battled in his 6 minutes. He battled to try to regain some of that. And it's like, okay, I'm hopeful. I don't know. Barton now is probably coming back. Michael Porter probably coming back. So going forward, there might be one more preseason game where starters rest. So I don't know if Devon Reed, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Dependable. Damn it, I screwed it up. I don't know if he's going to play going forward or this or that. So I think they might tighten it up for the next game or two, but we'll see. Why don't we hit a break? Harrison is here.
What's up?
What's up, guys? Harrison's here, and I can't wait to hear from him about what was said. Was it an exciting locker room? Can't wait.
6 out of 10.
There's a tease. 6 out of 10 coming up. Oh, we have a question.
We also have a lot of questions. Right?
Oh, perfect. That's what I was hoping for. All right, perfect. Let's hit a break, and then we're going to get locker room and questions.
Glad I came back right at the exact right moment to do a read.
Disaster over here. Like we had to.
What the fudge, dude?
I'm just saying.
Horseshit.
He is upset.
Guys, your Colorado rugby team has rebranded again. It's rebranded
We're
again.
rebranding.
It's the American Raptors now.
The American Raptors.
The American Raptors. America's team.
Way better than Exos. I'm not going to lie. Way better than the Exos.
America's team. The
America's
American
team.
Raptors.
The American Raptor. Couldn't have been the Eagles.
As you guys know, the players that make up the American Raptors, they come from all different backgrounds. Football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, soccer. It's what makes this team really unique and really cool. They play at Infinity Park. So go to AmericanRaptors.com. New website too. AmericanRaptors.com. Grab a free ticket. They're free, but you need a ticket. So grab a free ticket there, and you can check out all the American Raptors games. Like I said, at Infinity Park right here.
We got to get a tailgate. Remember we did the tailgate for the rugby thing? We got to do another tailgate. Tailgating for like a sport you're not like that hooked in on is so fun.
Yeah, you can really just concentrate on the tailgate and not even worry about the game.
That's what I'm saying is that you're just learning. Like, yeah, it's fun, man.
It turns out like all we want to do, like we formed a company to talk about sports. Whatever.
We just want to hang out and drink.
A conduit to tailgates all over the place for various sporting events.
We're just trying to make up as many events that have to do with beer as possible.
It turns out it's an unlimited number of events. Every event can have beer added to it, it turns out.
At DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, they've got a Week 5 offer that every football fan needs to jump on. Even if you're not a football fan, jump on this offer. New customers can bet $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team that you bet on scores a point. The last 0-0 tie in the NFL, 1943. So there has been one. There has been one before.
Man. Can you imagine the outrage that would pour out of the nation at large?
We'd be taking a lot of L's if we tell everybody to sign up for this and then there's just a 0-0. Could you imagine?
Like, well, how do you score in this? Like, you have to, I don't know.
Yeah. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR. Bet $1 on any NFL game this week. Gotta do it this weekend. And win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's promo code DNVR this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Of course, must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Finally, StravaCraftCoffee.com. Use code DNVR25 if you're a new customer. Get 25% off your shipment of Strava Craft Coffee. If you're a returning customer, which I'm sure a lot of you are, use code DNVR20 for 20% off. Of course, Strava Craft Coffee packed with CBD can help relieve a lot of things. Back pain, neck pain, arthritis, IBS, just whatever aches and pains. It can uplift you if you're having a down day. StravaCraftCoffee.com, code DNVR20 for 20% off.
Way to go, dude.
I come in ready.
You got 3 ad reads down in the time it took Eric to do 1. That's really impressive.
Why is it always got to be like this? Can't we lift each other up and not tear each other down?
Nope. Tear each other down.
People are still cheering for Adric, though.
They love
Adric?
Hey,
Yes,
Incredible.
All right, Harrison, take us inside the locker room. We'll start with Michael Malone. What kind of mood did we have from Malone?
Similar to last game.
He's so pissed. He's so furious.
Pretty pissed. He starts off pissed, and then by the end, he starts revealing some positives, you know?
Okay, let's hear it. What's he pissed about?
His opening statement on the loss, just kind of talking about it and how they gave up the lead, obviously. He goes, "We're a lot better when Nikola Jokic plays." That was his opening statement tonight.
You know what? I noticed the same thing.
Yeah. You could be a coach.
I could be a head coach.
Well, coaches can see that kind of stuff. He was talking about Aaron Gordon, and he loves Aaron Gordon's mindset that he came into preseason with. Something that everybody's really picked up on, but Malone said he's in attack mode, and yeah, he just loves kind of the headspace he's in right now. Talking about Nikola's game, obviously good. He said he thought Nikola had some good defensive possessions too, and going forward in the preseason, we'll build on his minutes. So, you know, it seems like he's going to play Wednesday. I don't know about the last 2 preseason games, but we'll build on his minutes. Seems like he's going to continue to play going forward. The positives. 20 assists versus the Clippers. 28 assists tonight. Bones Hyland led the team with 6 assists. 28 assists on 44 field goals. He thought the ball was moving more, and that was very apparent early when Nikola was in the game. There were a couple balls popping possessions, I think. So probably a product of him playing tonight. The negatives, not happy with the 3-point defense. He had a quote tonight where he was talking about all the 3-pointers that Denver gave up in the second half, and he was like, I didn't know what our guys were doing. Just like jogging back, not picking up guys at the 3-point line. Stuff that really pisses off Michael Malone.
I hate to interject here, Mike. Half of these aren't your guys. These are just
That's a good point.
Dudes that are playing right now.
Yeah. I asked him about PJ because PJ's stock, in my opinion, just keeps rising especially after these first 2 preseason games. I'm
gonna make a boatload on my PJs. I can't believe it, man. AMC right now to the moon, to the moon.
When Malone talks about PJ, every single time he just goes back to keeping him healthy and how that's his biggest concern.
You know what I'm not? You know what I'm not trading? Dogecoin.
Oh,
I was so proud of that. I was so proud of that.
I don't know if anybody else could see the grin that came out of his
so
face
big. It was a huge
before he
grin.
delivered that.
I interrupted Harrison in the middle of a play just to get this joke out.
it was good. It was worthy. I liked it.
Dogecoin. Not getting rid of my Dogecoin. Sorry.
But I was trying to ask him about, like, where do you think PJ's taking the biggest step? And he was just like, just got to keep him healthy. And that's really it.
It's true.
He did say that he thought he had some tremendous defensive possessions guarding Luke Kennard versus the Clippers. So I got to go back and watch the film.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Kennard looked not great in that game, so I believe it.
It was because of Dozier, man. He is a great defender. I really do think he is like it can be a Torrey Craig-esque defender. Just really good.
Don't worry. Don't mind me. Me and the chat are having a thing.
Okay.
That's always the case.
We're laughing about
Where's Brendan Vogt, by the way?
We sent him home.
He was not happy. He was in a bad headspace.
Did you see him?
Did you not see
I saw him.
He almost broke his phone. That throw was a real throw,
He
man.
threw it into a chair.
Phones are expensive.
So tomorrow is going to be a better
So
day.
is, dude, phones are expensive, but not as expensive as the fragile ego of a baseball fan.
That's so true.
Or the mental state of a baseball fan.
Yeah.
We got Yoke and Dozier. And Doge. Yoke and Doge.
Yoke and Doge. I love it,
What do you
man.
want to start with?
Let's go Dozier since we're on the topic here.
He was asked about Michael Malone just having a lot of confidence in him, and that's something we've seen this preseason. Like, PJ Dozier is Michael Malone's guy, and Doge was like, that's what you love. That means it's all up to me. Like, I've got every opportunity now, it's just all up to me. I've got to make everyone else a believer as well. I like that quote.
There's one comment I think you should know about.
Okay.
Steph wants to know if we can see the ankles. It seems you're being a little withholding.
Steph?
Oh, yeah.
my
Special
Wow.
delivery.
Right there.
Now I can continue.
I feel like such a.
Just no comments
Dude,
about
I'm showing like
skin
20
you're
times more of the
showing.
skin. Nobody is like I'm.
Dev and I are like Puritans over here.
Wow.
The two of you are like harlots.
Well,
Whatever that means.
basically pantless over
I'm
here.
sorry.
I'm a
I have
no love.
I'm sorry. I have a 1930s dictionary.
Oh, man. Oh, where was I? my biggest takeaway from Doge's post game, he's just comfortable and happy to be here and really excited for this role. I like this quote too. He said, "It's a blessing to feel needed." I like that. He feels like he's got a huge role on this team this year.
This, I'm telling you, this is the Malone. I mean, you get to take the biggest dub on the Malone thing because, like, every player says this, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, every player is so content in their role, and that's great.
Yeah. He had a good quote on Bones, too. He said, he's a blessing to have in our locker room. And then he mentioned his voice, and he was like, you know when he's in the building. You know when Bones is in the building.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And Yoke had a good quote about Bones, too. Let me read it in its entirety. He said,
"Please give this to me." Hold on. The anticipation.
Just get ready.
Allie, do we have any like hype music or
Get ready.
something? Like, I can't wait to hear this.
Get ready.
I can't wait to hear this.
Drum roll, please.
our rhythmic
Drum
breathing.
roll. What do we got?
He can push the tempo. I think that's his good ability. He likes to play for the team, for each other. I like that. He can shoot. He needs to learn the game a little bit like every rookie. I like the potential that he has.
The Yoke stamp of approval? The Yoke stamp of approval. That's the gold standard of approval. Like, Yoke's never been wrong.
I feel like he could make that same speech about Dreamcatcher or Dreamcatcher.
Wow.
Oh,
He can
man.
push the tempo.
Sit out a couple minutes, man. You're in timeout. You're in timeout.
The way these guys talk about Bones, though, you feel something. Like, you feel like it's real. You know, when guys usually talk about a rookie, they say, "Oh, he just needs to learn the game. He's showing a little bit, but it's a little different." I feel like I'm picking up on when they're talking about Bones.
People like him,
Yeah.
the teammates.
Yeah, they love him. What's not to love?
Nothing. Dude, he's like, I would equate Bones Hyland on the Denver Nuggets to superstar Dev here on this panel. Nothing makes me happier. Dev making jokes with the chat that's making jokes about him. We're back, baby.
We're back.
We're so back, dude. I don't even know what to do. I feel like I just don't even know what to do. Like, I'm short-circuiting over here. I'm short-circuiting.
Calm yourself, man. Calm yourself.
I can't do it, guys.
Oh, man.
I feel like I just ate like a bunch of ice cream or something. I don't know what's happening.
That's too funny.
A bunch of king cones.
Maybe a bunch of king cones.
I'm a Solace Bar man. You know that about me.
Yoke was asked about missing training camp. He kind of brushed it off. He said, "I know all the plays. I know all the calls."
That's so funny.
That's good. That's good.
What's funny about that is that's Yoke's interpretation of what camp is about.
Yeah.
And Yoke probably his rookie year got this in like 3 days. And then there's all these players that need like 4 weeks to learn that. He's like, dude, what the hell, man? What are you doing? It's like when Eric talks to me about making graphics. I need all this help and practice. He's like, you fucking idiot. You just put it. I'm like,
you know all the plays, you know all the calls.
Oh,
yeah, he knows all the plays and calls, but I'm like asking help on it. He's like, you
need
freaking
training
moron. Yeah, I need. I've had like 8 training camps. I still can't figure out the plays.
G League.
I need the G League. MS Paint.
You've got you got real Zeke Naji design files.
Zeke Naji design.
He talked about his kid too. This is the first time we've talked to him since.
Wow, it doesn't feel like it, but yeah. Okay.
He's like, they're flying home to Denver, obviously. He said, hopefully I'm not going to wake her up. That would be a mistake. And then I just asked him, like, what it was like to leave the fam, because I would imagine that's pretty hard. He said, you feel sad, you don't want to go, but he's happy that he's got a couple days now to be with them, because they'll be in Denver tonight/tomorrow morning, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So he's got some time to spend with them.
Yeah, he's got some time. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. I always, back in the day when this was a thing, I always thought like talking about the royal family was so dumb. And you would like see like on BBC or something, like they'd all be crying like, oh my God, the queen or this or that. And like people would be losing their mind. And I always like, you're an idiot. Then Yoke has a baby and I'm like, do we get pictures? Like, do we get this? I want to, can you tell us like, what is she, does she smile? Like whose nose did she get? It's so dumb. Like I'm so into it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
There's something wrong with you.
Don't you guys want to see the pictures?
I do.
It looks just like Yoke. You're like, oh.
We've been asked, there's an official request, if everyone in the show can please try and pronounce his daughter's name.
We've done this. Okay. This is going to be, all right, you go first, Dev.
It's right there.
How is it spelled again?
Dev,
it's on the screen. It's on the screen.
As the only Serbian member of this crew, you and you alone should be able to
Sure,
pronounce
that's the spelling?
That's what someone
It's
threw.
Naja.
What?
Yeah, Naja. Everybody knows that.
Ogiana.
That's definitely not it. Definitely not Naja.
There's an N there. Ogniana.
Vote has it down.
Ogniana. That's it. Ogniana.
Ogiana.
Ognana.
Wow, it's getting worse.
I'm getting worse every time I do. It's like when we couldn't get.
See, someone tweeted at you guys that there is a Rakia that is named.
We'll have to get it. Yeah,
Ogiana.
we'll have to get it, man.
Ogiana.
We're gonna have to
I
get
guess
it.
Yoke went out with the name choice.
Oyana.
Somebody says it's how you pronounce it.
Oh,
I see. Ogyanana.
He gave her pronunciation.
Oh, there you go.
not saying
that's how we
You say it however you want to say it.
Yeah, this is what I was told. I could say it how I want. All right, super producer Allie,
What's up?
let's get some mailbag questions in here.
Let's go.
Let's get the super chats first because those have been waiting for.
Yeah,
a
people
while.
paid, man. You
I think
paid
that's
for it.
what
We're gonna answer your questions.
Well, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I can't read that far.
Is Bones a good fit long term to move Jamal off ball?
This is one of the hits, I think.
This is one of the hits. But also, like, here's the thing about it. I'm going to go ahead and answer this one because whatever. No, because the thing is that both guys are going to. The hope would be that both guys are elite pick and roll playmakers, elite off-ball shooters, elite pick and roll scorers and passers, and I think that there's a very good chance that that is true. The question might be defensively. I mean, we'll see. Like defensively, can both of those guys fit into a scheme that works and gain defensive chemistry and principles and all that stuff? But offensively, it's a bit like having two Jamals. Ideally, they have little differences, but it would be like having two elite threats. Long term. I mean, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
I will say, though, Bones has shown a lot as a passer this preseason.
Great.
Even tonight, he had those couple whip passes on the baseline with his left hand to guys in the corner. So, he could set Jamal up, but I think it's still a little different than when you talk about lineups that are like Monte and Jamal. This
is also one of these
course,
things.
Yeah, for sure.
This is one of these things where it's been a while since we've seen what Jamal actually looks like when he's playing his best, and Jamal is incredible.
So
if Jamal was out there and was playing like Jamal can play, we wouldn't. This question wouldn't come up. We would just be like, what are Jokic and Jamal going to do this year? I mean, that is the Nuggets.
This is not, I think, a replacing Jamal off ball or replacing Jamal. I think they're more saying move him to shooting guard, and that's why I said my answer is no, because it's more like having two Jamals than it's like having one point guard plus Jamal.
Yeah, I think that Jamal has worked on being a point guard, so hard and so much lately that it would be hard for him to go back to that guy. I mean, it would be good to just be able to just run the offense from wherever, because I do think that they'd have that type of understanding, but right now, Jamal is their point guard, so Bones has to work on a lot more things to get to that point. But we know that if that does happen, that's going to be fun just to see Jamal be able to just score and just really attack.
Yeah. I think if you're staggering, maybe on a bench unit, you got Jamal running with the bench unit, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that makes sense. But in your starting lineup, you have Jamal and Jokic running the two-man game. That is the...
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that.
You would never... that would be criminal to mess with that.
Yeah, it's like two perfect of chemistry. But, I mean, I just really like Bones. I mean, it's funny that we're talking about Bones even in these terms, because I remember as recently as 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about his upside and he could be a 6-man or this or that. And I'm telling you, I said this after Summer League, I think his ceiling is higher than 6-man. I think his ceiling is definitely a really good starter, maybe even an all-star. I mean, obviously, again, I'm not saying he's going to be that. I'm just talking ceilings. I'm talking he has a skill set.
He's got the floor that's way higher than we thought.
I can't believe that you're more hype than me on this show about Bones. It's amazing. I'm man, he's awesome. He should probably spend some time in the G League. You're maybe he should start. He's an all-star.
Oh, man, he can
Not
play.
now. There's going to be a thing, but he is flat out good, man. All right, what else we got here?
We have a lot of questions.
All right, let's wrap. Okay,
maybe
sorry,
go a little
Allie.
faster.
Sorry, Allie.
Okay, here we have a super chat. Another one saying, "Did you notice Jeff Green yelling on defense? He was loud. How big of an impact do you think this is for a team that has been known as quiet on def?"
Well, he's probably trying to replace Paul in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because Paul was definitely the vocal captain defensively.
Also, I know that the conversations when they brought him here is you're going to have to be the person that talks to them. This is a group that, is learning things. They're also really good offensively. You have to bring that defense in that intensity. So he's doing his job.
I love the question was, did you notice Jeff Green yelling? Guys, I noticed that girl yelling earlier. I noticed there was a couple drunk guys down there.
Jeff Green out there was woo, party USA.
Yeah, it was very loud at the bar tonight. What else we got?
Okay, we have an important question here from Josh. If Jokic was a bird tonight, which one would he be, Adam?
The most dominant bird. What bird can we say was the most dominant? If it's according to my feeders, I would have to say he would have been the grackle, which is unfortunate because I really don't like.
Right, it's the emu or the ostrich.
You think of emu? Why?
Because it's still a dinosaur.
He's just rare.
This is not a sophisticated bird take.
Emus have huge talons and can take down human beings. The grackle.
Speaking of, there's a TikTok where there's a emu who is named Karen. I highly recommend finding it. That is an aggressive bird, and he tries to attack the owner all the time.
Yes.
You
know who never gives us good information like this? Fucking Kale.
Kale has no bird facts. It's I've always said this. Where's his bird facts?
No TikTok insight, nothing.
All right, what else we got?
Okay, we have a lot of people asking if there's any new information on when Jamal will be coming back.
I'll go ahead and tell everybody you're going to ask that question a lot this year, and the answer is not going to change until around February, where we might start getting.
Yeah, I'd say January start thinking about it.
But I'm telling you,
January.
team's not giving anything up in January.
Right,
I don't think.
but I think we could start talking about it maybe a little.
There'll be
in
some
January.
video footage of him playing like 5-on-5 somewhere, and we'll be like, "Wait, is he almost ready?" And they'll be like,
Don't
no.
think
Like,
about it in 20.
Just don't think about it in those terms, man. I'm telling you, there's not going to be an update.
All right, odds on Aaron Gordon making All-Star this year, 1 out of 50.
Maybe lower than that. To be honest.
What? Someone doesn't even respect us to ask a question like that. How are we going to answer something like that? Now it looks like we're just attacking.
What would you say that horse shit? Damn it. What would you say that question? What would you say? Horse shit?
That is horse shit.
Well, later on in the chat, not to spoil it for you if you were behind, Trogs also burns us for how we pronounced emu.
How you pronounced it?
Yeah.
Don't
I didn't notice it
that.
until just now. An emu?
Yeah, it's probably me too.
All right.
I have no idea. I don't remember how I pronounce it, so maybe me as well.
All right, what else we got?
We have what should be the official emoji of bones with a singular bone.
I already answered this in the chat.
The
I already
singular.
answered this in the chat.
Well,
yeah, but
is it
people want to hear more.
This is also a
opinions.
podcast. Actually, more people listen to this, I think, as a podcast.
Yeah.
So
The podcast is
Go
through
on.
the mic, not
Well,
through
first
the
off,
computer.
Just say it. You should
The
answer it.
official emoji of bones was already answered on Online with D-Line. It was the emoji of the week. It's the single bone.
Right.
is that back?
One of those is a
So it's his-
bone. One
I
of
was
those
gonna
is
say
a skull.
this is a great point.
That's
No.
true.
One of those is a bone. Another one is bones.
Listen.
Multiple bones.
No, the skull is more
Is
prominent,
his name
though.
Bone Hyland?
No, but you have to put 2 bones.
Dude.
It's like, listen, bro. This has already
This
been
is
answered.
totally D-Line's corner.
It won emoji of the week. What don't you understand about this?
All right.
Okay, we have 2 people here asking what weaknesses do you see from Bones? Do you see Bones' weaknesses through 2 preseason games would be 3-point shooting?
His leg
There's
looks
one.
like it might snap at any moment. It's so scary.
His weakness is weakness.
Someone did say he needed to eat Serbian food to fix that.
Yeah.
So.
That is good. He is tiny. Also, the shot's not really there right now.
Right,
Yeah, it's
Um,
not. Yeah.
Defense, like he's gonna have to learn things. He's young. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
He's an exciting rookie. He's still a rookie.
Yeah. Well, guys, a lot of the stuff we're talking about now, we're projecting long term, and I'm just saying, when you get a guy at 26, like even R.J. Hampton last year, I don't think it was like, oh, does he have all-star upside? It's like, that's going to be tough. He's got to add so many different pieces. And I love R.J. Hampton. Like, there were parts that you really liked about him. With Bones, I'm just saying he's such a more complete player that, yes, he has to add things to his game, but I'm like, he has the skill set of a star player.
R.J.
So,
Hampton couldn't dribble, really.
Well,
you know?
definitely couldn't shoot.
Yeah. Bones' game is so much more refined.
It's very refined, yeah. So we'll see.
All right, we have how detrimental to Zeke's prospects was the final defensive play for him. A big mistake, of course, but how much will it hurt him long term?
I think it could hurt because that's the stuff that Mike Mullen hates, man.
Yeah.
Just stupid plays like that, fouling 3-point shooters, just easy, avoidable mistakes. And it was surprising to see Zeke make that because you think of him as a high IQ player, but I wonder if he made that mistake because it's just kind of going along with the theme of he's kind of pressing still, I think.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make plays, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You weren't here but that was my whole point. I think that he's just the reason that he played last year is because he was reliable. He did not make those mistakes. Right now, he's making a ton of mistakes.
Right.
And it's because he's trying to make a play so bad that he's overthinking and he's not being his usual self. So it's sticking out in the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got to regain some momentum. I mean, I really do think he's better than what he's looked at Summer League and obviously early here. But
Who do you
we've
trust
seen
the
it.
most right now, Vlatko, Zeke, or Bol, if you had to play a guy?
Vlatko, yeah, he's pretty reliable.
It's
He's just not
Vlatko,
that. He's not
probably.
doesn't have a dynamic thing about him, you know. Zeke has the shooting and maybe even the on-ball defense, so you say like that could be scalable if he gets it, but we'll see. Last one.
A super chat. Thank you very much. They said, who will be the Nuggets' third leading scorer?
Who will be the Nuggets' third leading scorer?
Will Barton.
Throw Jamal Murray out, I assume, right? Like let's just not count him.
So are we confident number one is Jokic? Is Miroslav watching? Is Jokic the top scorer?
Well, I mean, he did score a
MP
point per minute today.
Could MPJ be the top scorer?
Did you watch Jokic
I'm
tonight?
just asking you a question.
He could. I don't think he will, but he could. But
So-
he could.
In your mind, does it go Jokic, MPJ?
Yes.
Yes.
So who's the third?
That was the question.
Okay. I thought you were going to actually throw a prediction out.
I'm just setting it up so we're everybody, including
it's because it's a podcast. That's what he's doing here. I see it here.
What the heck is going on?
The question is who's the third? It's going to be Will Barton.
God.
What horseshit, dude?
Are you trying to be the host or something? What was that?
Eric's like, I don't know what's going on. I think it's Will Barton. I think that's a pretty. Yes. I think it's like a pretty safe bet. Yeah. I don't know if the implication there was maybe it would be Aaron Gordon or somebody else. I don't know, but I just think Barton's a dynamic player. Like he has a lot of scoring.
It's clearly Barton.
Yeah. So, guys, that does it. That does it for an extra long edition of the DNVR Nuggets postgame show. It was a lot of fun, though, man. This was a lot of fun. If you're listening
to this... Do you want to introduce another segment or something?
I was just thinking, of all of the dumb shit I've ever said in the show, I've never seen Harrison so taken aback by anything. Man. But it was because I was, too professional.
Yeah, you were trying to give, a podcast setup.
I was, doing it for myself. I don't know.
I think it was my fault. I brought up the emoji question. He thought he was on the T-line. And I think he got confused. It's been a long day.
He seems very confused. I will agree with you there. Guys, we love this, man. Honest to God, we needed this, man. I missed it so much, and it's been so fun being back here with you guys after the game, keeping the vibes alive. And, all the people listening to this as a podcast in your cars or what have you, obviously, I know not everybody can stay up like this after a Nuggets game and this late or whatever, but check out the live stream. It's a lot of fun. You hop in the chat. Eric, while doing a podcast, same with Dev, is in the live chat. Sometimes more than he's actually on a show.
I would say that more than one time I have you've come to me and I've had no idea what the conversation was about. But I do know what's going on in the chat.
We carry this thing. You know what I mean? We carry it. A bunch of children over here. Anyway,
Josh here, original Josh, talking about his salary. Win me another salary next game, Dev.
No, he didn't say Dev. He didn't say Dev.
Respectful.
Devo.
He attacked me in multiple ways. How do you end the show with that? First off, you want to know how he got the salary? He went against my bet. And then he calls me Devo. Like my boys. We're boys. Just made that up, man.
Devi Poo. All right, guys. All right, thanks so much, everybody. Hit that like button if you don't mind on your way out. And we're going to see you guys again. We got a game on Friday. We got lots of good stuff. Don't forget the player preview series, guys. Check our YouTube channel. We got those coming out 2 a day from now until the start of the season. You'll like them. We'll see you guys then.